Seventh week in a row, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing well, and today actually is my birthday, so yay, 1 year older.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
uh, yeah. I'm 30. I'm 38. I'm running towards the 40, the B side. I mean, I'm already on the B side, but
Oh, oh, yikes.
Oh yeah, I messed up. I was on mute. I'm not sure. Oh
Oh,
damn, was that I mute? That's oh my god, I messed up. So, damn it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Canadian. Actually, I'm pissed. I was on mute, but I recorded a video earlier. So if that's on mute, I'm screwed because I need to re-record it, and I have no idea what I said in that one. Ah,
just say the words and dub the video.
ah, I messed up.
oh.
I messed up. Ah, shit. I was like, I'm going to bed after the stream. I'm done. But shit. Um, but with me, Malik and Norbert, who's 38 today. 38.
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody knew, so he kept it a secret. So everybody in the chat wish Norbert a happy
Secret.
birthday because
Spam cake emojis.
excuse me.
Yes.
Oh, the cake
Spam
Cake
emoji.
cake
Yeah.
emojis.
emojis with the Hungarian flag.
Oh, no. So you at least you had a good day. I'm suggesting. Malik told me football wise, crap day again, like crappy day.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think that goes for all of us. We failed to win again. We uh, we won 1 out of 6. We have 6 points out of 21. Actually, there are 12 teams in the league who picked up more points the last 7 of games. One of them is Udinese. The other one is Empoli, for example. So that's the reality. We cannot dress it up any other way. I've seen people try hard, and it's getting a bit sad at this point. Just give up the battle. The war is done. Like it's actually done. Like there's no battle to behold anymore. It's very clear what we're looking at. But we need to talk about it. So, Norbert, did you enjoy a spectacular 2-2? Because apparently we play good football now, so that's why we don't win. It's give and take. So at least you saw some
We
good football again, right?
No, but some parts we played good, but it was just the luck of the draw, or it's not like we we played good because we play good. It was just because and it's really sad to see what is happening on, because we are Juventus, and seriously, people on Twitter, for example, are talking about a magical run during those 9 games, and we beat like bottom of the league teams and stuff like that, and it makes me sad. Um, Other than that, I like how Cambiasso played again, but I'm just sad, man. I try to not to be sad and like, oh, I don't know, but there is nothing to be happy about, and I don't know how are we going to make top four, and it's insane to even say, how are we going to beat Bologna or Rome? I really don't know. So
I will I will give you some scenarios later on to make you happy. You tell me if if you will be happy by the scenarios I will line up. But uh, Malik, you must enjoy the spectacular football, no matter the result, because it's give and take. We play
Yeah,
good football, we don't
yeah.
win.
Our fans make me feel, especially on Twitter, make me feel like if we play well, we were gonna lose. We have to lose if we play well. That's the only choice, and the only way to win is by playing horrible football. But it just it's just awful, man. The last 7 weeks have really been like the fall off. And a few weeks ago, I remember saying how, oh, mentally we were stronger than Inter. No, no, I take that back. I take that back fully. Like this mental collapse we had in the last 7 weeks was unbelievable. And about the game yesterday, again, how many times am I gonna say this? First half, horrible. Second half, okay, better, but still, not enough. So
We do the same again with Allegri. Like we're leading, and then
we concede so
we set
quickly
back.
after leading these
Yeah,
days, which is pretty concerning. So
We will
it's
talk about
happened many
yeah, but it's
times
a
this season,
pattern.
actually.
Yeah,
like we'll talk about that, but like the game in itself, we don't play good football. Like I don't I don't know what the definition of good football is. I think people are really brainwashed. We look quote unquote better moving forward because guess what? We have more technical players on the pitch. Like that's the difference. And still they're not world beaters. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say Miretti's a world beater, Junior is a world beater. I'm not gonna claim that. Like I'm not an idiot. However, they can play the ball. Like that's just what it is. They play it quickly and they try to make things happen. Even if it doesn't come off, at least they try. When you have Rabiot and Kostic, you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna retain possession, but it's pointless possession. Like it's actually pointless possession. So it looks more quote unquote exciting, but like it's not great football. Like it's just different players trying to freestyle it a little bit because in the first half I thought it was like for example Miretti was kind of okay. In the second half, he disappeared completely, gone. That happens to a lot of players on the team. Even yesterday, I saw people slating Junior, and I was like, not sure why that's really needed because I thought at least he's the one trying, not spamming random crosses in. If there's nothing there, he just retains possession and builds up again, So I don't know what people really want at this moment in time, but we don't play good football. Like that first half, we had the ball, but we didn't really do anything with it. Again, like that's what it is. The only thing I'll take away of that game is we didn't win a game. Again, we should won. We should have won quite easily, in my opinion, because Atalanta were poor. They were really bad. They did nothing. Like they offered absolutely nothing, and they still got away with a result. But the what Norbert said is like it's an issue. Like we can win games. I said it last week. We can't. We have no idea how to win a game now. Like that's just the last game we won was in the last second from a corner from Rugani against Frosinone. We're 1 point away from relegation, or 2 points. I think it's one. Like that's our last win. So we cannot win games. On Sunday we play Genoa. There's no given that we're gonna win that game at all. Like there's no given at all that we're gonna win that game. We concede very easy goals, like you said, and the the main issue at this moment in time is not even style of play. I've said it in my reaction. Like I'm not even worried of the style of play now. I'm just worried about the mindset. It happened for 3 years. The goal we conceded, that second one, if you take a print screen, like maybe 5-6 seconds before we concede a goal, you see the issue because we are with 11 players on our own half, 9 in and around the box, but nobody was actually marking their player. It was just we will sit back, but we're not really gonna defend. That's the vibe. And 3 passes later, it's in the back of the net. That's my issue. Like the thing people were holding on to, defensively it's solid, and I said week in week out, the back line is bad. We look good because we sit back like mad people. No matter who we play, we set up so defensively. Of course, we will not concede, but that's done. And my concern is now that even Allegri cannot get these players back in line. Like that's an issue. We quote unquote praise him for actually doing it. Okay, that's the way. Now that way is gone. I have no idea what there's left to defend, because quality or not, 1 win out of 7, it's not really about quality. Like we played some crap teams in that run. Like, we played some bad teams. Napoli are a bad team, by the way. Like I'm just gonna put it out there. People can come at me. They're a bad team. I watched them against Torino. They're not good. Like they're just not good. So the issue now, the big issue is, like you said, Norbert, it is like top 4 for me, it's still a risk. 11 points or 10? Is it 10? Probably fifth place will be Champions League as well. 10,
10, yeah.
11, whatever. It sounds ridiculous. Should be safe, but we cannot beat anyone. And for me, that's the biggest issue that everybody, when I look at that team, nobody looks really committed to it. I see a lot of moaning. I see a lot of people being, I don't know, like not happy. You saw that that clip of the bench when they zoomed in. It's like they were, ready to go to the 9 to 5 job. Like me in the morning when I need to wake up at 6 a.m. at times. So I don't know. Like I did a call and show yesterday, and I asked everybody, how do you get this back on track? And we're back on track. I'm just saying scraping wins, Norbert. Not even like good football, just scraping wins from now until the end of the season. How does Allegri manage to do that now?
I can't. I'm honest. I don't feel there's a way back for us. Some wins we will have, like some scrapey, like how we used to do, but not the same way. And I think we need what 10 to 15 points, right? More or less. That's the
Is it 10 games left?
calculation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 10 games left.
So we need 19 points. Let's say we need the 20 points. Let's say we need 20 points, which
Yeah, but
is a lot.
if the others win, but if the others win everything,
Okay,
no,
that's
like
yeah, of course. But like, it's more likely that we're gonna win less games than the others at this moment in time.
oh, for sure. And this is, what is like this zone defending during set pieces. It's annoying me for 3 years now, and we're getting more and more goals from this. And yeah, what you said, like how we won games is our defense was good, and now that's not the case anymore. So how are we going to win games? The only way to win games if we put out the best players and we hope for the best. And that's like, why do we have a coach? Like Tuchel was removed after what? After he won against Dinamo Zagreb or
Yeah.
something in the Champions League. And I don't know. I guess keep Allegri for now, but I don't have any trust that Allegri can pull us out from this. There is no way. He had 3 seasons and nothing happened. So yeah, I don't know.
Malik, what do you think? And I will ask you a different question. People in the chat, let me know as well. 10 games left. Forget about really looking at who we play. Maybe you can look at it. How many games do you think we can win? And how do you think Allegri could get us out of this, I don't know, slump?
Well, you said we need what 20 points to secure qualification.
Yeah, like
Well, in theory, obviously, not the others aren't gonna win every
yeah,
game. So in theory, we need to win half of our 10 games, which was five wins and 15 points, excluding draws and such. So in theory, come on, it should happen, shouldn't it?
yeah.
But what
Like it should
but
happen.
what annoys me is that how far ahead we were like last month. Last month I wasn't even thinking of fourth place, let alone Milan. Now Milan are ahead of us. And now we have to look back and be like, oh shit, like they're really close to us now and it's at risk, which is very alarming, and this shouldn't be happening. So
It shouldn't, but like
Yeah,
it was kind of and also before people in the chat, like there are two different people who watch this videos. One said, "Oh, you're right. I was wrong," and some comments are like, I unsubscribed to the channel. I thought you were negative, but now I get you. I don't want to be right, by the way. Like, I'll give him an opinion.
no one wants
Pain.
to be.
I feel pain because I wish I was wrong. I wish I got clipped saying we're crap and we're winning the league at the end of the season. Man, I wish for that. But it's not. It's not about right or wrong at this moment in time. It's just seeing it for what it is. Team, not good enough. Coaching, not good enough. Like, both things can be true. Like, that's just like, nobody can sit there the last 7 days games and say it's because we have crap players. We don't have the best squad, but we played some bad teams. Udinese, Empoli, Verona, Napoli as well. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, we played some poor sides, and we look poor as well, but more excuses will come out of if our players can shoot, we will win the game. Okay, like fine, okay, for 3 years, it's a players not being able to shoot, I guess. Like people are too narrow, like they see one thing and they focus on it. They don't look at the big picture. Even today, it was like, now you want to jump on the team, but we're winning. Like you don't like now. It's easy to pile on and say, "Look at this." I'm like, no, man. Look, when we were winning and everybody can go back, I came on and said, "I'll take the win, but it's still not good." Like,
Yeah.
and actually, I was wrong because I said I don't think we're gonna have an epic meltdown like we did the past year, and I was wrong. We did, and probably even worse. To be honest, it's worse because you were up there and you completely fell off. So I was wrong in that regard. I was not expecting this, but this is really bad. And that goes back so many times when I say when we have injuries here and there, we have nothing to fall back on. Like we don't, like we don't, and that's just a massive issue. Like even today, yesterday I was watching, I was like those goals came out of nowhere a little bit. They did. Like we were pushing, but not really creating any danger. Two simple goals, by the way. Nothing, no rocket science, nothing special. Not beating opponent 101, just quick give and goes, and you're in the box. Like really simple. However, what bothered me the most again, we concede. No, actually, before we concede, instead of pushing, because we were on top of Atalanta, they were rattled. Like you scored 2 and 5, and even before that, you were in command. Just push on, but we don't. We give the ball straight to Atalanta. They don't claim it. We give it to him. I completely dislike that. And again, like it's March. You would think that Allegri was like, okay, it didn't work in the past. It's probably not going to work now. We leak goals. Let's just go for it. And again, he doesn't do that. And for me, at that point, I'm like, okay, whatever,
And the subs. What about the subs? Oh my god.
The subs
I don't know.
were. Let's talk about the subs really quickly because
Oof.
I like the game was winding down and I saw Alexandro come on and I was like, I don't know why. Like I have absolutely no idea why. And I actually completely forgot about Yildiz because I called it way earlier. I said bring on Yildiz, and then he gets on for like 4 minutes, 2 minutes, and 4 extra time. I'm like, this is sad. Like it's actually sad because we are using him as he is Nonge. That's just what it is. What same person is gonna sit there and say that was good? Actually, there were people sitting there. Alexander can play out from the back. We needed that. What? Like what? Like like people make an excuse for anything. After that Lecce game, not Verona game. After that Lecce game, and after that Empoli game, when the media was asking about Yildiz, and out of nowhere, Allegri said, but he wasn't good at Lecce, and you're hyping him up too much and whatever. He's been misused. Like, it is what it is. Like, can you explain to me why you got 5 minutes, Norbert? Maybe you can.
No, there is no way. No one can. He played well. He played on par with like Chiesa or even better sometimes, and now he's not playing. I just feel sad for Miccoli in prison when he wants to watch his old team, Juventus, and then this is what he has to suffer through. But yeah, jokes aside, I just really, 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 really don't understand. I don't even have words. Like we have this dude who can keep the ball, who can have a forward progression with the ball, and he gets 5 minutes. By the way, Miretti, I really like. I don't want Rabiot. Miretti at least trying to make forward progression with the ball, and he drew like 2 falls at the edge of the area, at least 2, and he tried to do some stuff. He made mistakes, but you only make mistakes if you try, and you know. And like the quality of the squad, come on, like most of these guys are national team players. Like in the national team they can play, but here they can't. we should be easily like second or like pushing for the Scudetto even with this squad. I don't want to hear this nonsense anymore, seriously. And no, yeah, I can't explain why Yildiz didn't play and why he's not playing. I just don't understand. Malik, do you understand this?
No. He was on fire in January, and Ferran, he was the next hero and everything. And Allegri was praising how intelligent he is and how much of a good footballer he is. And okay, sure, maybe he dipped in form, but he's only 18. But regardless, he still has very unique qualities that no one in the squad has. And if you need to win a game in the last 20 minutes, you don't give him 5 minutes. This just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. I don't know. As Ale says, it's garbage time minutes.
It's sad. Like, I think it's a bit disrespectful, in my opinion. I don't care if a player's 25 or if he's 15. Like, I don't like. I absolutely don't like. He takes off Milik for Keane, and I'm like, it's not gonna do anything. Like, when did it show like that those subs are gonna do it consistently? Like, can anyone really tell? Like, change something else. And I don't want to spoil the video I recorded with sound. I just checked, so I don't need to do that again. I don't want to spoil it. However, it's Allegri's stubbornness to just say, man, Yildiz needs to get on that pitch somehow. I need to find a way to get him on the pitch with Chiesa and with all the others. That's his job. He's on 9 million euros a season. That is his job. Like, is that so difficult for people to understand? Is that something so ridiculous to say? Because apparently it is. We don't have a left back. We don't have a good team. Like, what are we like? We are crap, and you're worrying about not having a left back because Yildiz gets in that team. We leak goals. We are crap, and you are worrying about playing Yildiz, not playing Yildiz. You're okay with not playing Yildiz because, hey, at the back we need to tweak something. What are you worried about? We stink at the back. Like, what can get worse? Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't. Maybe it's just me, and maybe it sounds ridiculous to me, but we don't look good up front. We really don't. And we don't look good at the back. So what harm are you going to do with squeezing, I guess, Yildiz in that team? I don't get it. And post-game, I watched Sky Italia, and they're laughing about it. They're saying, hey, it's not that Messi is coming on. That's what also people do. They want to take it to, how do you want to say that? Like, embarrassing comparisons. Nobody's saying he's Messi. Like, nobody's saying we needed to win the title. Oh, we were never gonna win the title. Nobody expected us to do. Like, we were winning, and I said, no, I still don't believe it. I think you guys said, nah, still don't really believe it. And
Yeah,
we
we
were
were always
winning.
we
And
were always up.
we were like 1 point ahead at one point. And we were still
Yeah.
saying no. So people like to take it to ridiculous lengths to say, "Oh, we're never gonna win. He's not Messi and all that crap." I'm like, you're reaching now because you have nothing to hold on to. And actually, Danilo kicked like kicked every single, I don't know, argument that was still standing completely down yesterday by saying we don't feel inferior to Inter. We kicked that away because a lot of people like Danilo. They take everything he says to the bank. Well, take that to the bank. Cash that in because your captain says they don't feel superior to Inter. So you cannot use that excuse of, they're that good. It's 18 points, is it? Or is it 15 points? Maybe I'm lying.
Many points.
It's many, many points. It's too much. Yes, they're better. But like, come on. Oh, you said Milan were going to win the title. I thought so at the start of the season. You know what? Milan fans want Pioli out. You know why?
Yeah.
They're underachieving. Like, what's so difficult to understand about that? Like, I
Yeah.
don't get it. Like, it feels like if you have certain standards for this club, it's it's becoming like it's an issue. Like, it's an issue to want better, to demand better. It's becoming an issue. Like, somebody said, like, if we are winning or we are losing, all you guys are crying. And I'm like, no, like, it's not crying. It's just
Did you watch us play?
yeah, it's demanding more. Like, now it's an issue having standards for the club. That's becoming an issue. And what I also don't like is because I kept it consistent. I didn't talk about Motta. I want Motta. I want Conte. Like, I'm not speaking about those things because I know what will happen the moment Allegri gets moved on and the next coach gets announced. People will come out and say, "Oh, he needs to win now," but they gave Allegri 3 years. Like, whatever happens, the situation is toxic, and maybe I'm part of it. You and all of us, because you have an opinion. Maybe we're all part of it, but no matter the quality, this can not go on, you know. And to top it off, and I'll ask you guys about it. I, I want to stop watching Allegri's post game comments, but I do. Like, at times I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll put it on. What he said yesterday topped everything. Like, it was so bad that even Ravanelli was like, yeah, I'm not gonna defend this. Like, that's just not me. He said, no worries, we gained 1 point on the mighty Bologna. And I was like, no, no,
I want
no.
to cry.
Like, you cannot say this ever. You're coaching Juve, not Fiorentina. I don't care what team you have. Do not come out and say we gained a point on Bologna. That that was insane. That was an all-time low, even for him this season. Like, comments wise, that's an all-time low. He says that, but in 3 years' time, I've never once heard him say 1 win out of 7. That's on me. Like, I need to be better because I lead these players. 1 win out of 7, that reflects on my coaching as well. Not once. What he did say is, this is the youngest team I've had in 3 years. Not sure what that means, by the way. I'm not really sure what that even means, but it is what it is.
Is it? I'm pretty sure it's still like 27 or something. Our
Yeah, but he
starter.
said his youngest, the youngest team he had in his last 3 years. But what do you
Yeah,
make of that?
it's like a cover up, you know, for like, oh, this is why we aren't winning because of the inexperience and stuff.
Yeah, but no, like, winning, like, okay, but like 1 win out of 7 has nothing to do with,
Yeah, that's
like, we
inexcusable.
look
That's
crap. But
Let's
what do you
let's
make of
switch
that
coaches
Bologna
with the
comment?
mighty. Yeah, let's switch
Re-
coaches with the mighty Bologna and let's see how is he doing there.
really quickly on Bologna, it was funny on Sunday, or like when did they play Saturday, and I rewatched the game, part of it. You know, I watched the starting. I need the start. I went out and I rewatched it afterwards. People have higher standards for Bologna, by the way, and Brighton. When they lose, oh, they lost. You know, they lost against Inter. I'm like, they're Bologna. Like, they should be losing against Inter. Like, it's not a shock.
Yeah,
Like, it's not a shock if they lose. People have higher standards for Bologna instead of our club. Like, that's the reality because they
because
don't.
Motta put the standards high.
But what do you make of the Bologna comments? Like, we gained a point on Bologna, so he's he's right. But come on,
So I respect Allegri, and it has nothing to do with him. He's a legend, you a legend, and it's just he lost his mind. I'm sorry. Like, come on. Everything points to this. His the subs from week out, week in, week out. All these subs, all the comments, everything. Yeah, there is no excuse saying these things. Like, oh my god, Malik, save me.
I think he just has somewhat of a phobia of taking public criticism, doesn't he? Like last week, I read something Gaglione said was saying something similar, where he has trouble accepting things, something along those lines. And yeah, it's true. It's something we've seen for many years, and especially highlighted in the last 3 years, and especially this year. Like last year, he kept saying, "Oh, it's because of the extenuating circumstances, the point deduction messed up with the players and stuff." Okay, that's understandable. Last season, in my head, was a voided season anyway. But this year, there are no extenuating. So, okay, sure, Pogba and Fajoli got suspended, but you have no European football. It's one game a week, and we still look absolutely horrible. We still look lethargic. We still look slow. Nothing changed, and we're still points wise, goals wise, could scored and conceded. We're worse than last season after this horrible run we had, which is crazy to think about, by the way.
1 game a week
Yeah.
as well. Just throwing that in.
Yeah, one game a week. That's
Imagine
like
we had Europe this season.
If we in
Imagine
theory, it would be
Conference
worse.
League and we played on Thursday.
If we would have Europe, we would not have Europe. You know what I mean? Like that would have
No,
ended
I
so
guess.
fast this year.
But even yesterday, like, oh my god, we didn't win, and obviously, like, criticism for Allegri, the debate, and it's all hypotheticals. Oh, if we didn't have Allegri, we would be 10th. But we don't know. Like, maybe we could have been first. Who knows? Because some believe we were gonna win it a couple of weeks ago. So why couldn't we be first then? Because you don't know. Like, we can be 10, we can be first, we can be 7. You don't know. Like, those are all hypotheticals. What we can talk about is what's happening now. And what's happening now is 1 win out of 7. That's just it. And actually, the next 7 games are going to be harder. Like, that's the bad part. I need to check because I was lying probably yesterday. Do we play Genoa and then we have a 2-week break?
We play
Yes. Yeah.
Genoa, and then it's
Yeah.
international.
Okay, that's just amazing because I think everybody needs that. I'm not gonna watch international football. It's friendlies, most of them, so I never watch. I'm just gonna stay away of football for 2 weeks because I had enough for now. Um, but what I also want to talk about as well is that certain players, and that was a question somebody asked, said, "What's your opinion on Locatelli's performance and the general opinion on why we concede many goals? Is it also defense which needs an overall?" Well, yeah, obviously. Like, we have one good defender, that's Bremer. The rest is like Rugani has a good season, but like starting wise, all the rest is like it's not good enough. Like, Danilo's not good enough, Gatti's not good enough. De Chilio, I don't know, like, he's on the books, like, mentally he's at the club, but whatever, physically not really. Alexandro's gone. Like, we have one good defender, all the rest, whatever. So yes, obviously, but Locatelli, I've said, I kept it consistent with Locatelli. The problem is he didn't keep it consistent. I know the progressive passes and all those things; those stats look good. Just the eye test, it's hot and cold, and that's the same issue I have with him as well. That's just what it is. Like, I wasn't as high as everybody was on him when he was at Locatelli at Sassuolo. I was okay with signing him, but I think people had high expectations. Me personally, I didn't have those high expectations, so I'm less angry, disappointed, maybe, if you want to call it like that. So I'm just calm with the situation, I guess. But I know a lot of people
Yeah, but
actually
also
are like
but
hate him.
also lots of games. Yeah, but lots of games he's playing like I don't know, fifth, seventh, sixth defender, or whichever how many we have on the field at once. But he's playing so and I'm sorry, like he is not Regista. I'm sorry, he's not. He's a Mezzala, and we never saw him really playing there. And it's not like, okay, he should have learned it by now and whatever, he's playing for so long. No, it doesn't work like that. No, he just doesn't have the skills to play that, and that's why he plays. Because I think he's a solid midfielder, but he's playing there in the back, and he can't do that. So, yeah, his form is horrible, and he's not. I mean, it's up and down. But I'm sorry, he's not meant to be a regista. And one day maybe we will see him as a Mezzala. But now his form is so bad, he's not even gonna be in the national team.
Yeah,
So
you're absolutely right. Before signing him, I always saw him as like a Mezzala. Like he is the kind of midfielder, and everyone kept saying this at the time, especially during the Euros where he was very good. Where he's the type of midfielder to get you like 7, 8, 9 goals a season. But as a regista, it's more difficult to do that. It's a completely different role, and I really want to see him as a Mezzala. So I hope that happens next season
yeah,
with a different coach.
yeah,
Yeah, that's Locatelli. I think we can talk about players, but like, we know players. Like, the first thing, in my opinion, that needs to change is an idea direction. Then we can talk about players, because otherwise it's kind of pointless. We're, they're two different things. Like, they go hand in hand, coaching and players, which players you need, and all those things. So that's why I'm really quiet on that regard. But the player I want to talk about is McKennie, because somebody asked me to talk about McKennie. He said, "Talk now about McKennie." I didn't change my tune on McKennie. Like I've said, I appreciate the hard work. He's having a very good season. Technically, not my cup of tea, like in that position. However, if he's close to the box, I love him. That's what I've always said. And yesterday, again, like that's what I want. Like when he's close to the box, he will cause damage because he can fight the space, and he's actually like he's so simple in what he does, which makes him good. That's why
Yeah.
I love McKennie when he's in and around the
Sometimes
box.
all you need, simple pass. That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah, like I've said it many times. Like he reminds me of Khedira because somehow, some way, he will pop up in the box into space, and I was like, not sure how you did that, but good. That's why I'll keep McKennie in the team. 27, that contract talk, and maybe that's a bit over the top, but whatever. We can talk about that. When he's in and around the box, I'll take him. When he needs to dictate play a little bit in midfield, I do not take him. Like that's just I'd rather have him as a wingback at that point. You know, that's just me personally. But I think he's having a very good season. He's having a very good
Yeah,
season.
he
Like, you
has
cannot take
he has
anything
7
away from him.
assists.
I think
He has 9 on
nine. He has
competition.
9. He has 9.
It's 9 now. He's
He's-
leading then the
yeah, he
list.
has-
Giroud is the
In
second
Serie
with
A
8.
it's 9. He got 2 in the Coppa Italia against Frosinone. So 9 total.
Hmm.
Like you cannot take that. Like he's having a good season. Like he's having a very good season. The standard was extremely low, but he's having a very good season, and I will not change my tune on him. Technically on the ball, I do not like him. In midfield, not the biggest fan. You know, I'm just not. Especially when you're chasing games and you ask him to build up play, it's not good. It's very slow. It's very basic. But in and around the box, I adore him. Like I do. Like I really do. You know, and he should have got a couple of goals still this season. He missed some weird sitters, but even yesterday, very simple. Like quick pass to Cambiaso, that layoff to Milik, brilliant. You know, he's aware of the situation in the box. That's what I like about him. But you go, Norbert, McKennie, because a lot of people do ask about McKennie.
Yeah, as you said, he can't really progress the ball well because he doesn't have technical skills too much. But in the box, he sees things fast, I would say, and he tries to get to the person who is in a better in a better position inside the box fast, and that's really good. And that's why he has 7 assists in the league plus 2 in the cup, so 9 altogether in this season. And also he arrives to the box as well, not as well as last year, but still sometimes he does. I mean, that's how he gave the assist to Milik. So yeah, I think we should keep him as a sub, and he would be a really good sub at a good Juve. And yeah, that's it.
One thing I always liked about McKennie, even when he was at Schalke, was his aerial ability, and he showed that a lot in his first 2 seasons. And then, last season it was a bit, and he had that loan spell at Leeds where he was awful. And in the summer, honestly, like generally, I'm not gonna hide this. I wanted him sold to just generate some sort of inflow of cash to help us, but he ended up staying and found a new position, and he was pretty solid in that position. But yeah, he shouldn't be starting in midfield if you want technical quality and good ball progression. He shouldn't be your main man to rely on. But yeah, as a sub, and keeping him around as a sub would be, why not? It would be great, even just bringing him off the bench for his aerial quality and his. Some of the assists he got this season were pretty solid, like some solid crosses, some good passes. It's not like they're garbage assists and everyone did everything else. Some of the assists he genuinely, like, the goal should be credited to him even, So
Yeah.
big ups, McKennie. Fair play, big improvement.
Yeah, he has improved. Thanks, Florian, for the super chat. Appreciate it. He said we fell off in, in the third tier football. In the third tier football tier, guys. Basically, the mentality is bad. Sadly, with players like Locatelli, our play looks like 90s football for Juve. Like he's
I
not
wish.
he's not Pjanic. Like you don't also need to compare. Like he's not Pjanic, and he plays that position basically for like In a Allegri team, you will think about Pjanic, Pirlo, that's going overboard, but those were the players playing that position. So he doesn't look as good, you know. I think that's very obvious. We don't need to we don't need to emphasize that. But he's not that type
Yeah.
of player, in my opinion. Like
Um,
he doesn't have that composure, in my opinion. I don't know, like I don't know what it is, but there are moments in the game when I look at Locatelli and I'm like, yeah, that's so good. And there are moments in the game I'm like, okay, you're a bit lost at this moment in time. I don't know what it is. Like I have actually no answer to it, to be honest, because he's good enough to play that position. And some games are really good, and I think some games are not so goodish. But I don't
so
think it's to
for
the
me,
degree where I'm gonna say, oh, he's hot garbage or he's hot trash. I don't think I'm
yeah.
not there.
So because he can defend really well, I think in a two man midfield in a pivot, he would be really good. I think because he would be a lot more forward than now, and he can defend. He blocks a lot. His tackles are really good. So
That's
for
how he
me,
played
he
at
needs
Sassuolo.
to be. Yeah,
That's how he
yeah, he
played
needs to be in a
at Sassuolo.
pivot. Yeah.
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 Final. Florian again is saying we lack courage to play vertical passes. He's a champion of lateral passes. Now, if I show you the stats, you will be shocked. But I like again the eye test is it's very safe at times, you know. But I think a lot of people saw him at Sassuolo, and I think that's the issue because at Sassuolo it looked more adventurous. At the Euros it looked more adventurous. That's kind of the issue here. But for me, like I don't hate Locatelli. I'm not as high. I'm not down on him. It's just I don't know. Like it's a very weird situation for me as well with Locatelli. But
But but
let's
also who plays well with Allegri? Like it's really
I think
hard to find
that's it. Like
players who
who's
actually play well.
consistent with like McKennie is consistent and Bremer is consistent. But last season McKennie was shipped out on loan and Bremer was inconsistent. So like
Yeah.
consistency the last 3 years with these players is lost. Now, does that depend on the players? Yeah, obviously. Like I get it, but like I refuse to say that all the three squads we have, like so much inconsistency in it. You know that we look at the players and we're like, okay, it's all the players. Like it's players, I get it, but if it happens for 3 years, I think it's more about that. But final question, like point before we wrap this one up, is is Genoa because I will not have you guys on before the Genoa game. So we play on Sunday early kickoff. So I feel sorry for a lot of people in the chat because they're gonna need to wake up extremely early to watch us play Genoa at home. I think it's a game with a lot of goals in it. I'm gonna preview it later on, but by the looks of it, this is a team we have. You know, Rabiot's not gonna be back, and that's about it basically.
Better.
You know, so it's again probably Miretti, Mecani, Locatelli, Vlahovic will be back. Chiesa will be there. I think Camiasso and like the usual suspect. You know, maybe Kostic back in the team. I don't see a
No.
point of doing that. You know, I think Junior has done enough to suggest that he offers more than Kostic at this point. But what do you expect of that game? Do you expect a reaction, you know, just based on pride at this point?
Mm.
Or are you like,
Yeah,
nah,
I
it's just going to
think
be more of the same?
based on quality and just because of the quality, I would say we will somehow, I don't know, 3-2 or something. We will win it. But I think nothing really will change. We're just gonna score more than them, and similar play, similar. Everything is similar. Just we're gonna have Vlahovic, and yeah, I think we're gonna win somehow. We have to like. There is nothing else left. We have to win somehow. We have to win, and I think we will.
Yeah, I think so too. Like just we're at home. I know we lost at home to Udinese, and we failed to beat the lowly teams at home even. But come on, we should be beating them. And I don't think it's going to be comfortable by any means. I think we're just going to win purely based off of individual quality. Maybe Vlahovic brace or something. My prediction is 2-1. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're maybe a bit more confident than than, than me, I guess.
I'm an optimist, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. Let's. I need a couple of days of. It's good that there's Champions League football. So unless Napoli win and everybody's gonna freak out on the World Cup.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, if Napoli go through, everyone is going to have a meltdown on the Club World Cup thing.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Everybody in the chat, thanks for joining. If you haven't liked the video, like, subscribe. Florian, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that as well. I will be live again on Wednesday and Friday. Friday is gonna be a call-in show. I think 100%, but Wednesday potentially as well. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, Norbert and Malik, for sharing the joy.
Enjoy.
Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, we will be back on Monday with another breakdown of what did or did not happen at this point. Until then, people, keep safe, enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys back very soon. Ciao.